Gecko Moria's Mansion is coming from a very rare person to be posting sneak peeks, as in this guy doesn't ever post sneak peeks. His name is Corey Megatron and he is the builder of GPO. He makes all the buildings and he has made the Gecko Moria's Mansion, and he built this, as we have gotten another sneak peek in the past showcasing just the Gecko Moria Island, not the Gecko Moria Island but the Thriller Bark Island, and it was not clear enough. But this is a clear image of the Gecko Moria's Mansion, and this mansion is super interesting because this mansion is probably where we'll be fighting Gecko Moria. My question though is this mansion going to be inside of like the dungeon, or is it going to be on the island? What I mean by that is, of course, a Thriller Bark Island will be coming, but is there also going to be like the dungeon in which, are we just inside of the mansion, or is it going to be like a whole own island? Personally, I believe like we'll be inside the mansion, right? We'll be spawning inside of the mansion, just like in Cupid's dungeon. We spawn inside of an area, right? We spawn inside like the Cupid's area. I don't even know what to call it, but then you move on and you get to the throne room and then you beat the Cupid Queen. But I'm gonna assume we spawn in the mansion, and then we have to go through every room and fight maybe Absalom, Ryuma, maybe you fight Brook, I don't know, and then you fight like Perona, and then like the main boss is Perona, and then you fight Gecko Moria at the last, and you get some of his drops if you defeat him. Now my question though is like, as nice as it is, like hopefully the how mansion is not empty, as in like all the rooms will have nothing in them, and the only thing like that is of interest is like Gecko Moria himself and like maybe one other NPC. Because then you just wasted a bunch of rooms for no reason, you made this gigantic map. Of course it's beautiful, but I hate like when I go into like buildings or maps and there's like just rooms that are empty, structures are empty, no use for them. You could use anything, you just could have stacked up zombies in them, like it doesn't matter, like you could have just added something to fill in the rooms. Empty rooms just make the buildings seem so like no effort was put in, basically is my point. You could just put in random NPCs like weak zombies in there, like, oh, if you enter this room you're gonna get ambushed by like zombies, skeletons, dogs, cats, mouses, rats, horses, pigeons, birds, dogs, cats, I don't even know, like just random stuff like mutated dogs that are connected to rats, that are connected to a zombie, that is connected to a horse, that is connected to a dog, that is connected to an elephant, that is connected to a zebra, connected to an alligator, connected to a lion, connected to a leopard, connected to a tiger, connected to a whale, connected to a shark, connected to a something, just like weird stuff, because at the end of the day the Thriller Bark arc had these two like weird stitched up people, like you had animals stitched up with like, I don't know, like a rhino stitched up with like some weird stuff, right? And it's like, hopefully we can see that just not skeletons and zombies just walking around. It's cool to see skeletons and zombies, but you can be a little more interesting if you added like weird animals that are like stitched, their bodies are connected, like like maybe half the body is a rhino and the other part is like a zombie, something like that. Of course they don't have time for that. I believe also that the developers only started developing like 2 months ago. I'm gonna keep it a buck, because ever since like 2 months ago, that's when the sneak peeks started dropping. I mean, before that sneak peeks weren't really like that popping, 3 months, 2 months, right, whatever. I believe that's when they started working, which is kind of weird, because when you think about it, like they had 8 months now, right? 8 months to work, and they only started working maybe 3 months ago, right? 3 months of what were they doing those 5 months? I'm not saying work all the months, like constantly be working, because of course, but like I'm curious, like 5 months straight of not making nothing. But yeah, that's just a speculation though. Like I can't really confirm whether they were sleeping for 5 months and then only started making on 3 months. But I mean, if they did, I really don't understand them. I really don't, because they could have dropped the update a lot quicker if they just did it a little. Like maybe you could have had like a 3-month break, which is like summer break basically. Summer break is 2 months for me anyway, and like that's a long time. That's like the biggest break ever. So you could have had like a 2-month break, but you took almost 5 months. If it's true, right? If it's true that they have this on started, you had 5 months. That's like double solid brick plus extra. That's ridiculous. I'm just saying, right? You could have spent a lot more time working on the update. It could come out quicker, and the community wouldn't be as irritated. You know, you're saying you could have had 2 updates done. You could have been update 6 now. Just saying, like 8 months. Like this, that's crazy to me. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Check out the video I made yesterday. I forgot the name of it, but check it out. I don't care.